And that's why we can't have nice things.
I know, you just break everything.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, my name is Raiwa01, Community Manager for World of Tanks Console. Thank you so much for joining us again on another weekly assault. And with me, I have the one and only 2G.
Hello.
Jeff,
hi, everybody.
Gregg, lead game designer for World of Tanks Console. So I want to do a couple of quick announcements and then get back to answering and questions and pew, pew, pew. Yeah, it's been a while since I had you on the stream, and I definitely want to focus this show into allowing players to answer or to ask.
I get to ask the questions?
Yeah, no,
is that how this is going down?
And go. So they can ask you questions, and then you can answer them. I want to just do a quick follow-ups. Don't forget that as of this Tuesday, we have 2 new mercenaries out. We have Roundabout and Long Reach. So those contracts are available for you, and you have until October 22nd to fulfill them. Now, we also have returning contracts, which is the Thresher, Stubbs, Bulwark, and Thunder Bucket. And a reminder, super quick reminder, the contracts for the Caboose and Smoothman end on the 7th. So you literally have this weekend to fulfill those contracts. If you don't, all the progress will be lost, and then you'll have to start all over again.
Get on top of those contracts.
Yay! We also announced earlier today that this weekend is going to be rank battle, so it will be tier 10.
Yay!
Yay! So it's going to start tomorrow from the 5th until the 7th.
Yay!
Yay! So I think that's all I had for announcements.
Oh, is that it? Oh, good stream, everyone.
Yeah. I have this awesome bucket with a bunch of names in here. I don't know if you guys can see them. Are
you cheating?
No, they're all...
Keep talking. Keep telling about the bucket. I'm making sure you're not cheating.
How am I cheating?
I don't know. These are all the same name, though. That's kind of weird.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. I'm lying. They're not. They're super tiny pieces of paper, though.
Yeah, because there's so many. There was a lot of names. So last Saturday, it was my birthday. And I like to celebrate by, instead of getting stuff, by giving things. So I wanted to give away. Yay. Well, we have a really awesome community.
I'll agree with that.
Definitely want to give away stuff. So the Wargaming Europe team hooked me up with this very cool, special, unique PlayStation 4 controller that has the mercenary skin of the Needle, which is Storm Hunter. And I love that tank. That's one of my favorite mercenary tanks.
Nice.
She's awesome. And, you know, all you guys had to do is go on Facebook, Twitter, on the forums, and just say, "Happy birthday, Raiwa," and you would automatically be entered to win this controller. So today, I'm going to be selecting the name of the winner.
You doing it right now?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to do it this way.
What?
Just to make sure, like, go ahead and do it, but like...
well, okay, that's the one.
See, I got to make sure, like, you are a cheater, so I got to make sure that everyone gets there. Is that the winner?
The one, yes.
All right.
So congratulations, Corey Marvel.
Corey Marvel, nice last name.
Yeah.
Cool first name, too. Not trying to slag on your first name.
Epic name. Corey Marvel, congratulations. You just won the Mercenary Needle Storm Hunter controller.
There you go.
I wanted it. I really liked it.
See what happens when you're selfless?
I know. Well, you know, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday, and everyone else that did.
Mr. Marvel.
Yeah, I truly appreciate all your nice thoughts and wishes. Really, really, really means a lot to me. So thank you so much, and you know, I look forward to more years of service for the World of Tanks community.
Nice. I got to ask you a question. What is is there anything different about having another year under your belt? When you cross that threshold and now you're a year older, you're like, wow, now this is true to me. Anything like that?
I think it's just the realization that just time flew.
Yeah.
And that's scary because it's not about the amounts of years, it's just how fast time is going. So I feel like if I don't take it slow, I'm gonna miss out on a lot of things, you know? You can only feel young or be young a certain amount of time. After that, you're kind of screwed, right? So I feel like I should be focusing more about the things that I wanna do. Like I've never been skydiving, I wanna do that.
Oh.
I wanna bungee jump, I wanna do that. I wanna travel to Ireland, I mentioned that in an earlier stream.
You wanna do things that might be the last thing you ever do. That's what you wanna do.
Yeah, but see, I don't wanna wait until that point. I wanna do them throughout. Yeah, it's kind of a reminder that we should also focus on cool things like spending time with friends.
That's an important, yeah, carpe diem, right?
Yeah.
We only got so many days. Make them all count.
Yeah, Aaron Meyer's like, she seems so much more grown up now. Really? Was I a goofball? Am I still a goofball?
Is that a polite way to say you look old? Is that what you're trying to say out there?
Well, that was a conversation before because I asked the community on Twitch, not on Facebook, how old do you think I am? And they were saying like 25, 22, 28. And when I dropped the ball that I was 34, now I'm 35, they're like, what? Yeah.
I'm glad you volunteered that because I am genetically engineered to not be able to ask you that question. So
it would come out the Jeff way.
No, I don't know what that means, but I'm intrigued.
No, I mean like you would try to say something, but then be like,
I would coax it out of you without asking it. I'd be like, oh. All right.
All right.
All right. We said we were going to answer questions.
Yes.
And I asked a question of you, so I don't think that's what we intended when we first came.
Well, I have a question. Mike Davenport, no tank shirt today?
For me or for either of us?
For you.
No. You know what, though? I will say that I was going to put on a different branded shirt, which I wouldn't be able to allow on the stream this morning, and I remembered, I'm like, oh. So I just switched. I just reached my hand into the closet and whatever came out that wasn't a branded shirt. Like, actually, the last name of our winner is a really strong clue on a lot of the branding I typically wear. I'm not trying to throw anyone any bones, but like that is a grouping of cool stuff that I'm into. But no tank shirt, just blue and darker blue.
DC Wing, why are ranked battles always tier 10? Make lower ones so I can play the ranked battles, and I'm nowhere near tier 10. So
the main reason that we keep any ranked battle specific to a tier, let alone tier 10, is it isolates matchmaking woes, not in terms of time to matchmake, but in terms of every tank has a range of tanks they're allowed to fight against, right? And I mean, a lot of you are actually intimately aware of that because of the platoon changes that came online recently. But a way to both celebrate and be very happy with our players that have been with us for a super long time or are super passionate or have the top of the power curve, and make sure everybody that goes in is on the top of the power curve. So it's more about what tank they pick versus did they pick something that was lower on the power curve when you're doing a battle tier range. 10 is a really good number to satisfy both of those conditions. That doesn't mean we'll never do a different tier range ranked battle, but that is why we picked 10 this time. So there you go.
Cool. Sean Kent, Halloween tanks info, please.
They
Very
exist.
direct.
Yeah. So last year around Halloween time, we did a Awakened tank event on a map that if I reach into the Wayback Machine, Grim Graveyard, I believe is the name of it.
Grim Graveyard, that was...
the first one was Dead City, which was a very heavily modified Himmelsdorf.
Right. Himmelsdorf.
And then Grim Graveyard, which has the Ghost Train, the swamp monstery thing. That had a name, I don't remember the name. And a lot of people were like, what are you talking about? If you go and drove around the goop, there's got to be YouTube videos. You could see something would try to come out and get you.
The only one that would teleport was a dragon, right?
Oh, no, so each tank had abilities, and the Chinese dragon could use purple teleport pads to teleport to another teleport pad. Everyone else, they would just drive right over it. We had the Revenant, which would be impossible to see both in terms of your spotting, and it wouldn't have the red outline or the life bar. You could hide, and there's a bunch of other Revenant corpses around that you can hide around that are just like objects. There's all your info from last year, and I think there is some sort of Halloween. That's a yearly occurrence, right? Humans have been doing Halloween on October 31st for quite some time now, right?
Yeah.
Like before I was born. Like,
which is interesting because other countries, they don't do it until November 2nd.
Huh.
Like Spain, Mexico, and I believe there's some Asian countries too.
Okay.
Regions.
Well, I'm learning something new. Well, and who knows? ... But there you go.
James Penrose, any information about French heavies?
They're from France and they're heavy. We have a huge pile of actually some new vehicles we're working on right now, as well as a roadmap for extra vehicles across multiple nations to be elusive but kind of coy, some of which are in your garage right now, some of which are not in your garage right now in terms of the nations themselves. All that's being worked on. I can't give any more specifics than that.
Jason Catrone, and I've seen this from Anthony Maxwell as well. Can we address the platoon issue for preferential matchmaking tanks? Yay, no failed platoons, but now we cannot even, I'm trying to read we cannot even, oh my God, this Facebook thing.
Yeah, oh, your Facebook
yeah,
thing's dying.
the Facebook is cropping the rest of the question, so.
All right, so yeah. I'll talk as much about the platoons as I can. So the new platoon system was designed to remove or reduce or completely get rid of failed platoons. And actually, just to be cards on the table, we actually found a bug that allows, in some edge cases, failed platoons, which I won't obviously reveal how to do because we're fixing it. We had to make a choice of when you platoon, which is more important, allowing you to play with your buddies, regardless of his or her vehicles, making sure the entire team that you join as a platoon is as fairly matched with the other team within all the complex rules of not only your classes and your tiers, but now with the platoons assembled on, and also how much should premium matchmaking within some of the vehicles that may join this platoon weigh. And we leaned towards the needs of the many, I guess I'll say, where we want to make sure that we don't introduce another X factor into matchmaking by making wonky tier restrictions or expansions. And so even though I normally am loath to ever prevent people who want to play together from doing so, that's why the rules exist as they are right now.
Cool. Why is there a fidget spinner on the table? This is from J1 Webb.
So I can do this. And I almost did the bucket grind thing again, but that noise is really annoying.
Brian McKelly, make a mercenary arty, call it the salt space shaker. The
salt shaker. Oh, so you can rain salt down on people? Well, you know, I do lurk on a lot of like forums and Reddit and Facebooks, and like, I think the salt is evenly distributed between people that are passionate about the artillery vehicle class, both the detractors and the fans. So consider it considered.
Carl Castleberry, this is a question that I got from a lot of players in the forums.
Okay.
Lunar tanks, when is this happening again?
The lunar tank. Oh,
yeah, we didn't do it this year.
We didn't do it at all?
No, not at all.
You know what? Maybe even like part of that is on me. We did lunar a lot. A lot. That's Remember when it was just like lunar, lunar, lunar? We want to do it again.
It was Moon River, then Mars, and then within the same year, I believe we were on Earth.
I believe Mars also had the Fight for the Capital, either Proving Grounds or War Story. I think it was a Proving Ground, where all of the enemy lunars were fighting you on the ground. It's in the queue. We can do it again, but I think we slowed our roll on it just because I thought we were abusing how often we were doing that. I want the lunar to always be special. Maybe it's time if people are clamoring for it.
Yeah.
Low gravity vehicles is awesome.
Me.
You want to do it?
Oh my God, I love lunar.
Yeah.
Marcin Kamusa, is that true that the Polish tanks are coming this year?
Is it true the Polish tanks are coming this year? I can neither confirm nor deny.
Ooh, okay, moving on. M60, when? This is from Ed and Dixon.
From the previous question?
Yeah.
If that previous question was about the Polish tanks, no comment again.
Connor Barker, we getting more real-life tanks or just more mercenary tanks?
Both.
Ooh.
Wait, we got a question on the teleprompter as well.
Carmichael Oriloni, am I missing anything by playing on Xbox 360? Missing tanks, clans, maps, etc.? Thanks.
They are as equal as we can make them. Feature-wise, they're 100% the same. And what I mean by that is like all the vehicles always work in both the Xbox One or the Xbox 360 if Microsoft is your ecosystem of choice. There are obviously graphical differences, and there's in the garage there are camera differences with like the zoom levels and stuff like that. That's just based on like the amount of stuff we could put on the screen for the 360. God bless its soul, but it's old hardware, right? And I'm totally stoked that it's still alive and kicking and people are playing on it. But to specifically answer your question, you won't miss out on any tanks. You can join clans in either system. You can also be in a clan where there's exclusively Xbox players playing with exclusively 360 players, the same maps, so on and so forth.
Well, I had like 3 questions in here and then I got distracted. David Buckley, XP to crew XP, please. I think bring back the feature.
Oh, bring back the event.
Yeah, I believe I already said that it was coming in so yeah.
So we make that feature on the development team, and then it's up for the events and the publishing and so on and so forth to turn that sucker on and off. I'm just going to throw them under the bus. I'd love to turn that on, and they won't let me. I'm kidding. We'll work it out. We'll talk about it.
I'm getting, this is from several players.
Okay.
That I don't even know why there's an influx of this request, that they want the Cyprus flag in game. I'm not kidding. There's
that's
like
actually
7 different players asking for it in this stream just now.
That's worth writing a ticket on.
Okay.
I'm assuming we mean as one of the flags you could put on the tank as well as an emblem?
I would assume, yeah.
All right.
A flag. ICLV. Lucas Selma, when are Italian tanks coming to the game?
Same answer actually as Polish tanks. Like,
okay.
And I also will take a moment, like if this turns into a live stream of, I have a question, I can't answer that question, I apologize. There's some questions that I actually just can't answer. I actually checked with Pain God before this stream saying like, hey, I want to talk about these things, can I? And some of them it was like, no, too early. So, sorry, but keep asking your questions. There's a lot of stuff I am answering. Some of them I'm going to have to give you that answer, and that's just the way it is.
Architect Extraordinary, did you just answer no?
Yeah, somebody was asking if they were blocked.
Oh, no. I thought
Whoever you are, you're not blocked.
I thought you were answering to the Anthony Maxwell comment, Rybot, when will we have a Cthulhu tank for Halloween? Hashtag cat tank. And then you replied underneath, no. Happy face. So you were answering to someone else. Okay. That better be.
Wait, why is a Cthulhu tank a cat tank?
Cthulhu?
Oh, jeez. Man, I got some of that on me. Ugh. And from a guy who puns all the time.
Yeah,
wow.
that was a missed. That was a bad time. Sean Kent, more. Full name. Crossplay info your meeting last week.
Oh, okay.
For crossplay, I mentioned it before that when PlayStation 4 made the announcement that they were gonna do a beta crossplay with another title, it kind of opened the gates of players asking, but what about us? It's coming, guys, it's coming. It's a beta, and we said that we were gonna look into it and open conversations with Sony. But after that,
they're still ongoing. Like,
yeah.
I will tell you, like, it would be just from an infrastructure standpoint, awesome to have all of that mushed into one like giant thing. That doesn't mean we're doing it right. That doesn't mean that those conversations have ended. But apparently I'm also being told that they thought our company meeting was about crossplay, which is actually, I'm interested that they know we had a company meeting. But okay, it was not about crossplay. We actually, if you're curious, our studio has a meeting with all the powers that be, including the studio director, who's on a plane 99% of his time, to just talk about the last month in the future. Like, it's a regular occurring thing, and there's all sorts of different agendas. It wasn't specifically an all-hands crossplay meeting. And honestly, if that like switch got turned on, I don't think that'd be an all-hands-on-deck situation. I think everybody would know about it, but it's not like, everybody stop what you're doing and flip the giant crossplay switch. That's
yeah, because like we mentioned before, we can do it internally. It's just a matter of the companies talking to each other, like being able to... Internally, we can play with an Xbox and PlayStation 4 because we're developing the game, but outside, we can't. There are different consoles, different set of guidelines, I guess.
And there's also like all sorts of different like rules for every specific instance. There's just a whole bunch of stuff in terms of where your inventory lives and the economies and so on and so forth.
True that. I'm getting several questions
Hang on.
that we already answered. The M60, we already answered that. When are the Polish tanks coming? We already answered that. Jacob Raciner, nation versus nation mode anytime soon?
Nation versus nation mode. No time soon, honestly. Like, that is something that is interesting and we've looked at, and especially with all of the nations in the game. There's just a lot to work out there, and we're focusing on other stuff right now.
We already answered the crossplay one. Dwight Brown camo sale. That is in coordination with the events team. I don't have the calendar of what's going to happen in the next weeks. I can take a look and get back to you. And then the undeniable black tank question. When are they coming back? This
when
is
are the
from
black
Josh.
tanks coming back? So the black tanks, I'm sure everyone watching knows this, but the black tanks, has it been 2 or 3 years at this point? I don't remember how long ago the black tanks actually. Oh,
3.
Many turkey days ago, the black tanks were enabled for people to acquire. And during that window, we did promise everyone who acquired them that this would be the one and only sale ever. I think we threw that hammer down. And even now, when we're like, oh, hey, maybe we should bring those on sale, we are reminded of the promise we made to all of the lucky people that did decide to acquire those tanks. So it makes it more complicated because we honor our promises, and that's all I really can say about the black tanks, except they're also sweet. When I still see one on the battle, I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. That's a black tank. Look at that thing. That's cool.
You're so mean.
Why does that mean? It's true.
Because they can get it, but you're like, they're awesome, but you can't get them.
If that's how you're going to take it, I'm sorry. They are awesome, and I'm not saying, haha, you can't get them. I'm saying they're awesome, and here's why we can't put them back on sale.
Mike McLaughlin, we already answered the question about French heavy tanks. Thunder Deer. I love your name. I hope that is truly your name. It's pretty awesome. And this is a very unique question. Surprise, we're getting it. Can we please have comic mode back? Have an option feature to toggle it on and off.
Who remembers? I don't see any hands. Hold on. No, raise your hand out there if you. Yeah, I don't see any hands. Do you? I just see your hand. That's a dumb joke, I know. Comic mode was actually requested to be disabled when we fired it up because people were getting headaches and stuff like that. Having it as an option is definitely something that's been discussed. I'm gonna start thinking about that more again because just to be completely transparent with everybody, I haven't thought about comic book mode in a long time.
Yeah.
It hasn't even crossed my radar.
But then again, because we have war stories and we have those comic intros, I think it kind of, I don't know, it's feeding my crave of comic anything in game right now.
Gotcha.
So comic mode to me right now, I'm like, it'd be cool to have it, but then I don't want players that are affected by it.
It would have to be an option or confined to one specific instance, I think.
Yes. Darren Gregory, are we getting more videos from Contini soon? I already posted the one from Daryl's presentation. I
broke the camera.
Yeah, Jeff broke the camera. My intent was to publish the developer Q&A and also Jeff's, but for some reason the video didn't really capture the PowerPoint presentation that Jeff was going through during that presentation. So what we're gonna do is he's gonna re-record it again, and we are going to show it. I'm gonna make official announcement here. Ooh. We're gonna show it during Extra Life, which is a charity that we're gonna host on November 3rd. It's a 25-hour World Tanks Console stream where we're gonna be giving away a lot of tanks, mercenary t-shirts. We're gonna collaborate with the community contributors, and we're doing this to raise funds for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. More information on that. But yeah, Jeff's presentation will be there, so it'll be cool if you guys join us so you can see his presentation.
I'll also be doing the usual 2 to 4 a.m. shift I do on that, at least Chicago time.
Yours is legendary. Like 2 in the morning to 4, players already know that you're gonna be there for 2 hours answering questions.
It's fun. It's fun. I remember the first time I did that, like honestly, when I was setting my alarm, I'm like, I'm an idiot. And then I just didn't go to sleep. But like, I love it because like, there's 2 things I love about that. Is one, anyone who's local to us, you got the diehards of the diehards because they're like, oh, I'm going to stay up all night with you guys, and you guys are awesome. Then you catch some of the morning people in Europe because like Germany, I believe Berlin is 8 hours ahead of us, so that's like 10 in the morning for them. They just came back with their coffee and they're watching it. It's a really fun time. And everyone around me, because I actually don't stay the whole 25 hours because I'm a giant wuss, but everybody when I come in at 2 in the morning is already slap happy. So like, it's just crazy to be in the office. It's really fun.
I knew last year you were looking for me, but I was like underneath my little cubicle trying to hug
I think you made like a tent and you passed out. Like
I was so tired. I mean, it was like 4 something in the morning, and I had woken up at 4 in the morning the day before to set up and everything, and I was already in the office. It was exhausting.
That's a lot.
Harvey LaRoque, any word on 30 versus 30?
30 versus 30. That's a lot of vehicles. We've actually tried it. One of the things we notice is there's one thing that I'd actually be interesting to see what people's thoughts on this are, is a lot of what we see on 30 versus 30 on multiple places to play this is the first people just get alphaed into like just dust almost instantly. As soon as, like, let's say you have 6 cents and that targeted pops, like 75 shells, obviously not 75 because there's only 30 enemies, but 30 shells come and you turn into like goo. And then on the other end, there's this giant cacophony at the beginning. At the other end, then the last couple on a 60 tank map are like, where the heck's the enemy? And it's not as cool as it could be. So it's something we're looking at, but I wouldn't hold your breath in terms of seeing it anytime soon.
Aaron Meyer is very persistent about asking clan punishment levels.
So people think they're being punished for playing with their clanmates by being matched with higher tiers. If you are playing with your clanmates in a platoon, standard platoon rules apply. Like, there's no extra if in platoon and if in clan equals clan. Tier equals tier plus 1, like that math talk. No, none of that's happening. So if you are in a platoon full of randos versus a platoon full of 100% clanmates, the same rule applies.
Jessica Control, what about clan features? Anything new to share?
We're actually looking a lot into those too, and I feel like a broken record. I think I've said that specific thing about clan features in multiple live streams. So what I'll say there is, again, I wouldn't hold your breath if anything brand new, but that is also another example of how the backlog, which is something I think infamously I talk about a lot, like priority shift, and that's just never come up is one of the highest ones, or one of the most important ones, or one of the most urgent ones if we have bugs that we've tackled.
Now, this is a, why didn't I even ask or think of that? This is a very good kind of getting your way around the black tanks. Can we have different new black tanks?
Different new black tanks. That's an interesting idea. So
that is a very interesting idea.
Additional black tanks with maybe some of the nations that weren't around when the original black tanks.
Who was it? It was
Sweden wasn't around.
Yeah, Sweden.
I do not believe Czech was around. Mercs were definitely not around. Maybe we'll do a black tank edition of the Lunar. And then let you fly around low gravity and random matchmaking.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I don't think we'll do that. Although, fun fact, we did actually run the Lunar on like all the different maps because the low gravity is vehicle based, not map based. So you were basically
the gravity wherever he goes, like. Woo.
You were a giant target. Like, oh God, you'd be on like I don't know, even like on mines. If you went to the middle hill and just launched yourself, you'd be like, yeah, and then like someone would just shoot your belly and you pop like a zit. But it was really fun. Those like 3 seconds. You know.
That sounds awesome. Again, someone asked about comic mode. We answered that earlier during the stream. So we're going to post this stream on YouTube after. So make sure you visit us on YouTube and watch it there. If you missed some of the answers Jeff already gave. Aaron Meyer, I believe we already answered your question. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we giving away anything besides this Mr. Marvel's fantastic victory?
Corey Marvel. Actually, did I toss the name back? Oh no, I need it for a giveaway. Well, we already know his name, but I need to follow up with him. We can give away a...
I'm going to say really quick that I did just watch her. They're not all Corey Marvel. You pulled that out real quick.
No, because it's like here on the corner. It was where...
I've got my eye on you. Like, they can all rest assured you're not cheating.
Not. I would never. Also, I wanted to remind everyone, I was supposed to announce the winners of the I Regret Nothing photo contest, but I rather focus my time right now into players allowing to ask questions to Jeff.
Okay.
So I'm going to push that till next week.
Okay.
Jacob Gill, will the companion app ever come back?
Currently no plans. Actually, honestly, if you really want that, that's, I'm trying to think the best way. Keep talking about it. We just found... Honestly, its use just boiled down to a very, very small number of players that, and even them, a subsection were core. And what I mean by core is you went on it daily or whatever. So it was becoming more expensive to maintain than just linking people to the portal from their mobile phone app.
John Rood, what happened to the Commander Hatch and the Super Conqueror?
I don't know. I'll take a look. Like, yeah, that's just not something I instantly have an answer for.
I'm gonna screen cap this and then I'll send it over just for investigation, and then I'll follow up with you if we find information. Justin Rickner, oh, are are there going to be any new RD, or is there going to be a new RD tank? Are you talking premium? Because we have regular RDs here and there, but I would assume premium, right?
Yeah, all classes are eligible to getting additional vehicles. The talk I gave at Cantini?
Yeah, Cantini.
I'm terrible at that. Also talked about, like, it focused around the creation of the mercenary line and mercenary vehicles, and I talk a little bit about why thus far there have been no mercenary artillery. So that's just a little bit of a whetting your appetite for when that video goes live soon. Once we record it.
Could we bring Chaffee Race back? This is from Giselle Gaitan.
The Chaffee Race. You know, another thing you could do in the interim, because as an event mode, I don't think console ever had that. I remember it on PC, and if we did have that, man, I got egg on my face. But what we have done is locally opened a team training room and said, everybody get into a Chaffee and just race like idiots. We've also done that with T-50-2s or RUs. Like, it's fun to get just stupid fast vehicles in team training and play like interesting modes.
All right, we're about, I can't do math, 17 minutes away from the end of the stream, so we might as well give away a tank right now.
Okay.
I got reminded that, yes, I did promise I was going to give away bears, but I also want to give away turtles. We're going to give away animals. We're going to give you a bear right from the mountains of Canada, and then we're going to give you a turtle from the Pacific Ocean.
I was going to say right from the mountains of Atlantis.
No, okay, so for a chance to win a bear, what do players have to say? Or what do players have to share with you?
Is that like one of the type this into the chat channels and then you get entered into the random drawing kind of thing?
Yep.
All right. To get a bear, what is your favorite? Jeez.
What is your
stroked out
favorite?
in the middle of the live stream all of a sudden. Do you smell oranges? What is your favorite bear? Is it a grizzly?
Sun bear.
Is it a, what'd you say?
Sun bear.
Sun bear. Is it a sun bear? Is it a gummy bear? Is it a
Care bear.
horse? Is it bareback? Horse riding? No, just a grizzly bear. What did I not say? I didn't say a cub. I would take a cub.
Make sure you put your gamer tag with your answer. We can talk to for the life of us. But
yeah, what happened to my mouth, right, or my brain, or something?
Yeah, you put your answer, type your answer, and make
do
sure
it?
that you
Like this? All right.
like this.
All right.
Type your answer along with your gamer tag, so we
putting this
can
in here
credit
'cause I
you the
keep toying
bear.
with it. Sorry, I keep fidgeting with the fidget spinner. It's there. So now it's out of sight.
We're getting polar bears. We have panda bear.
Panda.
Yeah.
You know, there is a developer who I will not name on the live stream who hates panda bears. I think you know who that is.
While we get more answers, Eric is asking if they could get a volume for engine noises.
Oh, just for engine noises? Would you turn it up or down? I don't know. I'll look into it like as a specific volume slider. And also, like, would it be yours or everyone's? Like I guess my question is, why do you want to adjust that? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you want yours to be louder and everyone else's to be quieter? Do you want everyone's to be louder? Like what problem are you trying to solve there? There you go.
Ta-da. More answers. We have panda bear, gummy bear, polar bear, Nick Guida, or maybe a Chicago bear, Jeff? Chicago bear, panda bear.
So I said Cubs. The Cubbies.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the Bears, like a losing football team. Ooh, I'm about to get attacked. Oh, the Bears need to be doing better. They haven't done well in a while.
Let's not walk there.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Justin Tellman, is the mark of excellence issue fixed?
I think so. I don't know so.
Follow up?
Yeah.
MOE fix? Question mark. Tabor Ruiz is saying, turn them up. Love when the tanks rev up. Like, well, then again, true story, I got a complaint. It was a very angry private message in the forums from this guy saying that when he logged in the game after the update went on, the engines got, the audio changed, his tank was like, vroom, and woke up his baby. And he could not put the baby back to sleep for like another 8 hours. So he was just furious. I get it. You can vent all you want. I completely understand because I have a nephew and a niece, and yeah, once they wake up, there's no going back. So I was there to lend a shoulder. I was a venting person.
Gotcha. Hey, Matthew asks, why did TD e-brake change after the update? 75 question marks. If you're talking about tank destroyers and e-brakes, actually nothing really changed about e-brakes. We are looking into some physics reports we saw to make sure that there's nothing really wonky going on with physics in general. I've seen some people complaining that like lights and some mediums were flipping like way too easy. That's something we're looking into. But in terms of the e-brake itself, it hasn't changed for any of the classes. I would tell everybody to look at their options to see what their mapping is, because there are a lot of different control mappings, and if somebody changed your control mapping, e-brake might be on a different button than you're expecting right now.
Sean Kemp, tanks need way more smoke like PC. I agree.
Okay.
But
from like firing or for everything?
No, the
just
engine.
smoke, everything. The engine, the firing. Just the engine?
Yeah, because I feel like it's like massive tank with tiny little...
The exhaust. The exhaust specifically. If that's what we're specifically talking about, we can take a look at that to see if we can pump that up to 11.
Juan Carlos Ibarra, would we get more music when in battle? The new soundtrack adds suspense when you're fighting, LOL.
So you want different variants of the music that's playing? Well, that's interesting. Like that actually was a system that came online really super recently. So we'll take a look. We'll see how it's going. You like it?
Yeah. Okay, there's a couple things that video games do to me. This is an old schooler, but when I was playing Mario 64, that's when
That's old school?
That's when I became, well, kinda, not really. That's when I became paranoid of video game heights. And when there's things chasing me, like, you know, those survivals, I get paranoid. Now, when I have music pressing on what's happening, I feel like stressed.
A sense of urgency?
Yeah, a sense of urgency, and my hands, they start sweating. Well, all those scenarios, they make my hands sweat, and I start, you know, fidgeting my knee, and I'm like, I can't deal with the stress of the music. It's driving me insane at times.
Is this a good thing?
No, it's a bad thing. Just makes me nervous.
Wow.
Let's see. I actually have the name of the winner. Do you want me to share the name of the winner?
Sure, let's do it.
Awesome. Congratulations. This is for a bear, which is a VK122 bear. One of the very best tanks.
It's so good. I can barely stand it.
Oh. I know. Terrible.
If we keep telling puns, it's going to get grisly.
Oh. You better believe it.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Archie is the polar opposite of a pun fan.
Anyway, congratulations, Wishy White. That's his name.
Wishy White?
Wishy White. And he said he got very National Geographic on us. Northern American black bear. Northern American black bear. Very specific. I'm surprised he didn't share the number of bear population. That's too much info.
You got to let me know, did anybody, especially our friends from Canada, say dumpster bear? I was really hoping somebody would say dumpster bear. That's
no one said dumpster bear.
Oh, boo. Dumpster bears.
What's a dumpster bear?
What it sounds like.
But I've seen videos of bears that kind of jump in the dumpster and get stuck.
That's what it is.
Oh man, dumpster bear. That's the thing. Okay, so we are 10 minutes away from the end of the stream. Might as well start rolling the next tank we're going to give away, which is a Turtle, the third newest premium mercenary tank. It comes with the Cunning Ocelot crew, based on one of our employees in Baltimore. Shout out to Sean Weston. So what do players have to share on Facebook chat in order to win the Turtle? Well,
first I have a question which reveals a little bit of ignorance. Turtles are lizards, yes or no? I think yes, but I'm not sure. And I already admitted I'm ignorant, so that's fine.
Well, I'm always thinking that if they're born from an egg,
they might not be. All right, I'm going to change it. I don't know the answer to that. If you want to answer, that's fine.
Along with your game attack.
Name something else living that has a shell besides a turtle. How about that? Anything else? I'll take snails.
Crab.
I'll take crabs. I'll take hermit crabs, which is a very specific crab.
Armadillos.
Is that a shell?
It is.
Is a ladybug shell a shell?
Yeah, I would think so.
What about a pillbug?
Well, I I don't know.
You know what? Like, just name a shelled beast.
Animal, even if it's imaginary or not. Like, I don't know.
You know what? Let's open the floodgates. Sure.
Sure.
But basically, does it have a shell?
Yoshi?
Does Yoshi have a shell?
I don't know. Is that a saddle or?
That's a saddle.
I think it's a shell. Whatever.
You know what? Nick's gonna kind of like,
yeah, he's
like
gonna
kick the door open and be like,
us.
"What did you just say?" While we're talking about shells, Frank says, "I hate the music when playing." I'm sorry, Frank. Is there a way to turn it off, but only while playing? Yes, it's in the option screen. Go ahead and do that, and enjoy your musicless shells downrange.
Yeah. Oh, guys, don't forget that when you type the name of the shell animal, please put your gamer tag so we can credit you the tag.
Otherwise, we can't shell out the gifts.
Oh, we're gonna go there.
We want to make sure you're covered.
Anyway, I need a turtle. Jake Polanski is saying we can't do anything about that, but I'm hoping that you do get a turtle if you want one.
Yeah, I think we're doing something right about now. Like, name your shelled animal.
Yeah,
Maybe
there
you'll
you
be
go.
the winner.
Yeah. Oh, for some reason I thought real life. maybe he was
Like a
talking
real
about,
turtle?
Yeah, I had 4 turtles when I was little. They were cute.
I had
They
one
were
turtle.
this
It
big.
died very quick.
They were big turtles. They're like big.
That's pretty big. I don't remember how big mine was, but it didn't last very long.
Oh no, that's a sad story.
And then it succumbed
That's not. Oh no.
to the cold hands of the Grim Reaper.
Guys, if you have more questions for Jeff, please drop them on Facebook chat so we can answer them. People are saying lobster.
Lobster?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
A roach?
That counts. That has a carapace of sorts.
Yeah.
Now that they said lobster, I'm super hungry. What was that, a thong?
A conch. Like
Oh, a conch.
The
Conch.
shell.
I believe that's how you say it.
Crusty crab. That's, yeah.
Has anybody said gooey duck yet?
No.
That has a shell.
See, someone said armadillo.
There you go.
Koopa troopa.
Koopa troopa.
Horseshoe crab.
Okay.
Ninja turtle.
Yeah, totally. It's actually a hero in a half shell.
Yeah. Oh.
Who may or may not have turtle power.
Are they teenagers?
Well, they've mutated.
Oh, right.
If you live in the New York sewers and a rat teaches you ninjutsu, I don't know what to tell you. That's quite a charmed life.
Wow, this stream beyond escalated.
Someone just told me, oh, Mick, specifically Mick Schrafton, says Scrafton?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Says that I have led a sheltered life.
Oh. Is that true, Jeff? That true?
No. No.
Okay, Dwayne Snyder, he just said Tom Cruise. Not in a shell, but is...
You have to finish that. You started it.
No, I am so not finishing that.
Then why'd you start
Dwayne,
it?
because I thought it was going to be nice, and then I ran, and I'm like, that's just mean.
Is it okay to be mean to Tom Cruise on a World of Tanks live stream?
I don't know.
That'll be our next question for your free vehicle.
Oh, I just had Justin. He's asking, when will the team training rooms be free to enter?
Ooh, you know, we've actually debated that right now. Team training, in order to be a very strict rules guy, they are free to enter. You just have to pay to create one. But I know the intent to your question. You want to be able to create one for free. So I won't be a dick. We have talked about that. I wouldn't, again, we're not turning that on like tonight or anything, but we have talked about that. It is still right now premium time required. But if any of your good tanker buddies have premium time, tell them to throw one open for you.
Ta-dum. Thunder Deer, can we get the map Great Wall back?
Sure. Let's look into it.
Okay, Great Wall. Great Wall. Thank you so much for answering all these questions, by the way.
No problem. I think I've already qualified it, but sometimes when I'm just like, I don't know, I feel kind of silly, but like, just rolling the punches, answering what I can.
Is that a shell on your head, Jeff? This comes from Brent.
This is a very specific skull cap, which has a branded character on the back of my head, which I might not. It's usually worn 180 degrees. See it? There you go. So that's why I'm wearing it the way it is, but it's just a skull cap.
Rush Nichols, are y'all aware there is a visual glitch on the Scourge tracks going red-green back and forward? Yeah, I've seen that when, not in the tank specifically, but in other areas where it kind of goes techno.
We need to know which console you're playing on as well, because that's probably a render bug, and sometimes it's the vehicle, sometimes it's the renderer, and the renderer is slightly different for all three platforms. So Rush, we'll look into it, but which platform are you playing on? Please tell us.
Wyatt Wilm, can we get artillery smoke?
Oh, shooting out smoke shells with an artillery? Yeah, that's not, yes, you're getting it, but that is something we're looking into. Smoke is actually, honestly, one of the hardest things to do, because in terms of fill count and like overdraw and particle effects, in order to get it to look right and occlude visibility without turning the game into a slow crawl, it's something that we need to analyze carefully before putting anything like that before we even decide if it's fun or not. So it's a multi-pronged attack on that one.
Isn't that like a memory budget eater?
Memory can be a problem, but it's mostly a performance issue. Like the worst case scenario is, I don't know if you can see, if this is my tank and there's smoke here and someone else drops smoke here and there's someone else drops smoke here and then there's a tank here. Now I'm looking through 3 columns of smoke. Yes, there's solutions for this. All of you graphics engineers that are watching, thank you very much for your input, but it is stuff that we have to do. Part and parcel to our previous question where I said the renderer is different on all 3 platforms. It's just something we have to make sure is done right where it doesn't crush performance.
DC Wig, when is World of Warships going to be released, or do you guys not know? We don't work on the game. That's St. Petersburg team, is it?
I believe that is the St. Petersburg crew. We're in contact with them, but that's all in their wheelhouse in terms of when it comes out and what their schedule is and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm excited for it too.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Jacob Blakely, can you look into the sandbags in-game? They high center your tank multiple maps. Oh, I see what you mean. There was an issue with sandbags that if a tank kind of went over them, you know how there's like rows of them, and it would get stuck. That's been addressed, and it's actually getting resolved in 4.7.
Yeah, man, I don't even have to answer these questions.
So I actually looked into it because people from the Discord channel pinged me about it. They were upset, and I'm like, I have to get this done. Aaron said that you are super cool today, Jeff.
Why, thank you. Not as cool as you, but thank you.
Bren Heminger, any discussion about supply replenishment like PC?
Actually, so the PC is you can use one supply multiple times, or you can have multiple of that ones. What we did, even before that shipped, if I remember correctly, is we allow you to have the same consumable, assuming that's what we're talking about by supplies, in 2 different slots. They're just 2 different systems. So I would not anticipate that changing.
The name is in Japanese, so apologies, but he is asking, or he or she, RD flare rounds to extend spawning range? Question mark.
Not the same problem in terms of technical difficulties as smoke. It obviously would play with smoke, is how do you do flares plus smoke and the visibility, but that's an interesting idea.
Cool. Shout out to Japan. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. When is 4.7? James Penrose.
After 4.6 and before 4.8. Can we talk about release dates or no?
No.
Okay. I can tell you everyone outside this room is working on it. I can tell you that.
Jim George, handbrakes for tank destroyers back, please? Question mark.
Is there a bug I'm not aware of? Because that's the second time that's come up. They should be just fine.
TD break. I have the winner of the turtle. Turtle time. Okay, congratulate. This is for the turtle with the Cunning Ocelot crew. And the winner is Giselle Gaitan. And her answer was Bowsette. Oh my God.
Bowsette. Isn't that a recent thing?
Yeah, that's a meme that's just going around.
I'm afraid to look.
Yeah, don't do it.
All right.
Don't do it, but congratulations, Giselle. Oh, Joshua Waipulu, I got this question a lot. Can we get new Valkyria Chronicles 4 tanks?
Aren't those awesome? I mean, the Valkyria Chronicle tanks in general. Actually, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is on my pile of shame. I even bought the Hundo version because it had all that bonus content. Yeah, there is, to my knowledge, no deal with that publisher right now. It also could be happening and I'm not aware of it. But to my knowledge, no.
All right, I feel I'm gonna take one more question.
Ooh, make it a good one.
Yeah. Brian Link, the repair wheel is slow.
The repair wheel, the radial system? Ugh, that thing has had so many bugs as we keep trying to make it better. What exactly is slow? Coming up, highlighting something? There's a lot of points of failure I can identify from that, but none that I'm aware of. So the repair wheel, which uses the same technology as the command or communication wheel, hold down button, wheel comes up, highlight thing, let go button, thing happens. What part of that process is slow? All of it? Some of it?
Well, Sean Kemp is asking, the repair system did not get fixed properly. There was an issue with being super sticky and that it would not be left exactly where you left it before. There were two issues that were introduced after 4.6, unfortunately. One was that the automatic repair button, you know how you press the supply, was not working. And then the other one, that if you had to select the module, it would get sticky.
Yeah, so, and I think there was another one, this might be related, where if you wanted to board, a lot of people were aiming into the empty space to let go, so you would, you know, the top and bottom are empty, and I don't think that was working. What we did in 4.6 is to fix a lot of the issues that were coming up with the radial before we broke some other stuff, because games, is we actually adjusted the dead zones. So, because what we saw is you would accidentally kind of flicker your selection. That did fix that issue, but then all these other issues arose as part of that code change.
You were getting immediate feedback. The repair the repair doesn't let you choose stuff when you push the button, and then activation of your choice is slow. So
like I hit the button, highlight the thing, do the thing, and in between, yes, this please, and thank you, that occurred, there's a delay there. I'll have to take a look at that. Okay.
I think that's about it. We already addressed the matchmaking platoon. We're gonna upload this episode on YouTube. So yeah, yay! Shout out to YouTube, awesome peeps. I will be doing YouTube live every Tuesday now, and it's gonna be called Team Training Tuesdays. So make sure you look up for whenever I go live, because I like to give away a lot of premium and a lot of tanks. So it's gonna be next week, 12:30 Central Time. And I guess that's it. You know, just quick recap. We have the Turtle available, up for sale. We also have the Tiger 131 available in Portal for a very limited time only. So if you want the Tiger 131, you can go ahead and get your paws on it. We have mercenary contracts returning, and then we also have 2 contracts that will be ending on the 7th this weekend, which is the Caboose and the Smooth Man.
Check your contract process.
Yes.
Or progress. Both.
I guess this is it. Thank you so very much, Jeff, for coming in, answering questions. Thank you so much for all of you joining in and watching us. We do these streams for you. And don't forget, next week, another episode of Weekly Assault, Thursdays, 3 p.m. Central Time on Facebook. My name is Rival01. I'll see you next time.
I'm Chu G. Bye-bye.